Dang. Hey guys, welcome to another day on the shop. Today, it's a busy day. We got the Camaro on the lift, so we're going to take a look at it. We're going to look at a few things. I'm going to pull the governor out and clean it up, put it back in, let it sit for a little bit with some new sealant and stuff like that so it doesn't leak on me. Then we might take it for a drive and see how it shifts, because it shifts horrible right now. When it comes down to maxing itself out, it will get to a top of a gear and it just falls on its face. I don't like that. So I think it has to do with the governor. If it doesn't, you can write in the description below or in the comments. Other than that, we've got a couple of leaks up under here. I don't have my flashlight with me right now. Here's the governor. Got a leak right here on this little vacuum. I don't even know what it would be called, but the O-ring up here has a little leak. The pan itself has a little leak around it, but mainly the shifter linkage up there on the shaft has a leak that's pretty good. It's been dripping. And then up here on the speedometer, it has a leak. Eventually I'm gonna end up changing the gear for the speedometer, and we'll have, hopefully, get close to the actual speed on the speedometer. After all this and playing around with all this, getting all the seals, we're gonna start looking at other things with this. I wanna get this thing on the road and start being able to drive it. It needs new tires. It needs a whole new just run through of things just to go and have fun with it. All right, so like I said, we're gonna pop this governor off and see if that works out. So since I don't have a little oil drain mechanism, we're gonna use this little toolbox and bring it about right here. That looks good. And we're gonna use this radiator. Actually, we'll get a clean one. I might reuse the fluid if it doesn't get dirty. Huh. I'm gonna clean one of these pans. All right, well, with that being so far from that, we're gonna lower the car. All right. All right, coming down. Well, from what I see and what I've heard, this thing's working pretty good. It's not sticking and everything else, but what we're going to do is we're going to still spray it all out and get everything nice and pretty in it. So, see? So I don't know. So we're gonna fiddle with this. Well, I cleaned this off. Everything looks good. Now I'm going to clean this off. I hate the yellow. I don't know why. They painted the entire engine and transmission yellow on this thing. So let's clean this up. And I don't have another paper gasket for it, so we're just going to use some gasket maker and clean up the whole thing. And we're going to put it back together and let it sit for a bit before we put transmission fluid back in it. I don't want it to leak like everything else leaks. Well, I'll put it on finger tight, leave it for a little bit and let it settle, and then we'll tighten it up in about 20 minutes. But while I'm down here and I have no fluid in it, I'm gonna pop the speedo cable out and take a look up there and yeah, see if I can. And it's the speedo cable. It's not the gasket for this little block right here. It's actually the cable itself, so it might just need an O-ring. I'm not sure, but we're gonna pop that off and see what's going on. All right, you see what I mean when they painted everything yellow? Even the internal part of the speedometer cable is painted freaking yellow. So I gotta clean that up with a brush or something, because that's not gonna fly. That's why it's not sealing right. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, make it pretty again, and we're gonna keep going. All right, well, I made a little mess. I took this valve off and cleaned everything up, put a new O-ring in it. It's a little tighter, so I'm hoping it will work. Move this vacuum line out of the way from the exhaust. Now my only issue is I got this leak, and this leak, I need the different style O-ring which takes all that apart. So yeah, I'll have to order that one. As of that, I still have a small leak around the rim, and I don't know what to do about that right now, because I don't want to pull this whole pan back apart and empty it all out just to put new fluid in it. So it might just be a leak and stay a leak, but I'm hoping I fixed speedo leak and that leak at least, and then this leak is just going to be a leak no matter what until it gets a new O-ring in there too. So, yep. But I gotta clean all this mess up now, and then I'm gonna take it for a drive and see what happens. Well, just an experiment. I took the bracket off here and just put a bunch of O-rings back there and stacked them. It looks like I'm missing the little bushing bushing O-ring that goes back there for it to shift and everything else. But there's 3 O-rings back there now that are kind of tight on the shaft itself. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it pushes up against it enough to tighten that down and not have it leak like it was. Yeah, so we got 2 O-rings replaced. Here's the other one from the little vacuum line. It seems pretty good. It just wasn't too tight around the little solenoid kind of deal. Harbor Freight, it worked. So, but anyway, just clean up with my super clean all over my floor from my damage I did with all the nastiness, and everything's looking good. This needs to set just a little bit longer, but what I'm going to do is it's snug and ready to be set down, and I might put my plate back on here because I know where I'm leaking from everywhere, and I'll put that up there so it gets it out of here, because it is in the corner over here. This is why you organize. Look, handles. All right, those are later. Those are in the category of aesthetics, and that's not where we're at. Hey, you got white or yellow paint on you. Okay. All right, I got 3 screws. I need 1 more, so I gotta go venture and find a screw like that, because I'm missing it. That probably has yellow paint on it, because all of them do. So I'm gonna put this on. All right, cover's back on. Poop. Everything's back together. We're gonna lower this thing down and start looking at how it runs. It's just gonna be the same. So we're gonna lower it down and give it a little bit, and then we'll put the transmission fluid back in. So let's get it down. I will say 2 of the best things I have gotten to deal with is 1 is getting this lift, and 2 is getting everything on casters, because I love it. I love it. So here we are. Dirty old engine. It's really dirty up under the intake. Let me get my flashlight. I'll show y'all. It's been sitting outside for a minute, and it looks like rat poop and something else. So I'm going to spray that down, and yeah, we're gonna suck it out with the vacuum. No brake cleaner, because it will possibly explode, and that won't be cool. I don't want to destroy my vacuum. Super clean. All right, well, it's time to throw in some transmission fluid. This isn't enough, so we're gonna have a mixture of transmission fluid. I really don't care. because we're testing the theory of if I fixed leaks and if it will shift any better at the top end, and I don't think it's going to, because I think the transmission needs to be rebuilt anyway. But that's an ordeal later that I'm not going to deal with. So let's get this transmission fluid in. All right, let's open that door and let's crank this thing. It hasn't been cranked in a little while. I'd say about a week or two, well, about 2 weeks. So let's pump a few times. There we go. Probably gonna die. There we go. Pump a couple more times. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the battery's not connected good. This thing comes loose every now and again because it's just not tightened on there, because I planned on taking it out. All right, battery. There we go. All right, oil pressure. Everything else looks good. Run through some gears real quick. Oop. All right. There we go. And neutral. Well, I'm probably going to put back on the lift because that's the muffler. One of the baffles is knocked loose, or there's a squirrel trying to get out. I don't know. So what we're going to do is probably just cut that muffler, yank that baffle out, or fix it. It's easier to do that than it is to redo the exhaust right now. So, yeah, I've got all my stuff right here. Might as well. Don't throw it back on the lift because I'm not driving around banging like. So, yep. Back on the lift we go. All right, well, here's a culprit. I mean, I do have another muffler. I might just see if it'll slip on, and that'd fix this whole issue. So, let me check. All right. Well, I have these Flowmasters, or knockoff Flowmasters. They're pretty decent, but apparently I've had mice living in them. So, I've got to figure out how to get all this crap out without getting it stuck. So, oh, there's all kinds of stuff in here. They collected stuff. Dang. Yep. No, well, we're gonna clean them out. Well, there's probably no telling how much more is in there, but that's what came out of both those. So, those over there. But let's check into something. So we just ran it for a little bit, got the temperature up, and we don't show any signs of leaking right now. All right, well, yeah, we're gonna get this stuff swapped. I gotta get rid of this muffler. The baffling, I don't know if it hit and broke right there or something got into it or what. But yeah, we get to get all this stuff off. So that's what we're gonna do, is clean these threads up and pop all this off and hope for the best. But yeah, we're not gonna do that today. So we're gonna get the mufflers and everything that I have put up, and we're gonna go for that. So thank you for joining to another episode of The Shop, and yeah, stay tuned for the next episode of resurrecting the Camaro, if it resurrects. Otherwise, it's just gonna stay a yard ornament and back and forth in the shop and never drive. But anyway, check out the links in the description below for whatever I actually talked about in this video. check out my other YouTube channel, 251 Designs. It is all about fabrication, and that's what we're about in different cases. So yeah, anyway, if you have a comment, leave it in the description below. If you like this, give me a like. But until next time.